A couple days ago, I made my Battlefield 6 Season 4 First Impressions video, and I titled it, Battlefield 6 Season 4 Surprised Me. And it did. Suru Reef actually played a lot better than I thought it did, but the vehicle gameplay I heavily criticized in that video, namely the attack boats. And in today's video, we're going to be talking all about Battlefield 6's attack boats and how they fucking suck. I very badly want to scream into this microphone right now, but I am exercising incredible levels of self-restraint, so I will instead provide constructive feedback. If you enjoy the channel, be sure to hit the like button, hit the sub button, and swing by the streams. I stream every day. All links are in the description. In multiple previous videos, I said that the enjoyability of a lot of these naval maps would rely on how good the vehicle gameplay is. And how do I know that? Well, because I love naval maps. I played them a ton in Battlefield 4. Flew jets, helicopters, attack boats, IFVs, whatever was on the map, I was using it. And I was actually excited to play Season 4. The map itself impressed me. It's just the vehicle gameplay really disappoints me. The attack boats in Battlefield 6, much like essentially every other vehicle, would require a full rework in order to really recover and salvage any sort of enjoyability out of them. So what is so wrong with the attack boats in this game? Well, first off, if you've ever played in the attack boat so far, you will immediately notice the handling is god-awful. I don't even have any words to describe how sluggish and unresponsive the handling really is. In order to get a really clear picture, you're going to have to play in the attack boats. In fact, the handling is so bad that it's actually difficult to keep the boat going in a straight line if you're trying to do things quickly. You know those little channels they added that act as like cut-throughs so you can actually rotate around the map? If you go into those with any sort of speed, you will very likely end up beaching the boat, having to get out and punching it back into the water. And I understand, it's a boat. It's a big boat. It's a big, heavy boat. I am not asking for the developers to make these boats turn on a dime. Far from it. Can we just have a little bit more responsiveness? Can we make it feel similar to Battlefield 4? Which is pretty much the gold standard of naval combat in this franchise anyway, and they should have directly copied what they did in that game and just ported it over to this game. But I digress. Another thing affecting the handling and just affecting the gameplay of naval combat in general is the brand new dynamic wave system. Now, the dynamic wave system as a concept is really cool. However, I do think the waves actively grief you while you're trying to play the game. I've seen numerous clips of people getting flipped over by the waves. I think the system is a little bit gimmicky, and it could do with some toning down. But now we get into the meat and potatoes of this video, where I talk about the sheer amount of things the attack boats are missing, and how you are essentially a sitting duck for a lot of the other vehicles on the map. If you have played in the attack boats, you know that at a certain point you fear the little bird, you fear the transport helicopter, and you certainly fear tanks and any sort of jets. For whatever reason, the attack boats have incredibly low health. In my estimation, they have only about 800 HP, and on top of that, with the maneuverability, it's not like you can escape quickly if you find yourself in some sort of hairy scenario. Even if you position yourself very, very well behind cover, the other vehicles can simply fuck you up. They're faster than you. They have the aerial advantage. Another crucial thing the attack boats are missing is the active protection system, APS. Boats had APS in Battlefield 4 for a very good reason. They needed it. They're on the open water. The other vehicles have free reign at attacking them. It gave the boats some survivability and some defensive capabilities. Another thing the attack boats are missing are TV missiles. TV missiles are just a staple of naval warfare gameplay as far as I'm concerned. TV missiles were essentially a skillful secondary weapon for people to get better at using with the attack boats. You could kill jets, you could ward off transport helicopters, you could make really cool sneak plays where you see a boat across a map, you hit them with the TV missile, maybe it disables them, and then you finally push up and take that boat out. It just added so many cool gameplay elements to Battlefield 6, and right now, the secondary weapon of the attack boat is a guided missile that locks onto vehicles? Let's talk about this next. So, the guided missile I thought was just a regular tow missile. You know, you shoot the missile, you control it, and you aim it yourself, and you don't get any help. It's a skill weapon in that sense, right? But then, if you look closer, you will see that the guided missiles, at the last second, lock onto any vehicle you shoot it at, and it will go through flares. It is essentially, as far as I can tell, a tow missile with aim assist. Is this some sort of fucking joke? A weapon like this cannot possibly be healthy for gameplay whatsoever. It is way too easy to use, the range is absolutely outrageous, and it's far too consistent of a hit for the damage it does to these vehicles. You hit a jet that is strafing with this a single time, that jet is disabled, and I almost guarantee you they won't be able to pull up in time, and they will crash into the ocean, and they have no counter to it. By the time they get a notification that they're about to be hit by a guided missile, they can't flare it, and even if they miraculously react fast enough to flare it, it will still hit them through the flares. So the course of action is very simple in my opinion. Remove the lock-on aspect of guided missiles, make them normal tow missiles, and then add TV missiles to the arsenal of attack boats. And the final thing I want to say is the attack boats should be a 4-seat vehicle. This whole mortar system they put on the back is finicky, it's buggy, and I think it's a gimmick, and I would much rather have the old attack boat layout where it is a 4-seat vehicle, you have one driver, 2 minigunners, and then a repair seat on the back, and if you hit F5 while being a passenger on an attack boat, you could ride off on what, ladies and gentlemen? A jet ski. Now, I'm not sure if you guys saw this on Twitter, but apparently jet skis are in the game, and they're ready to go, it's just DICE hasn't released them yet, for whatever fucking reason. So overall, I think the attack boats are not fun at all. I really don't like them. I'm really gutted with the overall vehicle gameplay on these naval maps because everything that I enjoyed using on the naval maps is shit in BF6. The attack boats are terrible. The jets, the current state of those, is a totally different video because my god, do I have stuff to say about that. Do I think they can recover the state of the attack boats? Honestly, probably not. I could see them making some handling adjustments. Will they make enough of a handling adjustment for it to matter? I have absolutely no idea. Will they give it APS and, you know, make all the necessary changes they need to make to the guided missile, removing the auto lock-on aspect of that, adding TV missiles, adding APS, increasing HP? Probably not. So yeah, ending this video off by saying, I like Suru Reef. It's just a shame that I can't enjoy it more, because the things that I want to use on the map are in a state of fucking disrepair. So that being said, if you enjoy the content, please let me know what you think about all this stuff in the comments section. Hit the like button, hit the sub button, and swing by the streams. All links are in the description. And be sure to follow the new Clips Instagram, ladies and gentlemen. That will also be in the description. Had to make a new one because, I don't know, just fuckery. So yeah, see you guys later.